All right, good morning, guys. Quick sound check. Streamlabs was giving me a little issue there for some reason, so I don't know what was up with that. But we here. This down move is interesting. AMD sort of getting a nice little continuation of the downside there. Apple with like a $5 opening point range there, just completely up, down, and back to the open. I don't fully know what to make of that. What's up, Joe? The watch list? Yeah, it's actually already in it's already in Toss. They made a public list. It's just called single stock futures. I don't think it's all of them yet because it didn't look like 55 names to me. Um, but yeah, I just pulled it from there. Yeah, I was gonna create one and then I pulled it up and they had one already essentially made. So I was like, all right. Excuse me. SpaceX making a nice little push lower there. The Dow's kind of holding right here at this 745 level now. Microsoft, nice little push there immediately out of the gate. Quick 7 or 8 points there. NASDAQ just weak though. Yeah, it might be. There's not really. I got the trading view levels pulled up. There's 521 below here. So yeah, there's really not much. There's really not much at the moment. I'm kind of torn between the Dow having this strength and the NASDAQ having the weakness. Like, I don't exactly know. I don't know if we can long the Dow, and I don't really know if we can short the. I mean, I feel like we can short the NASDAQ, but I also don't know if we can short the NASDAQ, if that makes sense. NASDAQ continuing to drop, though. Yeah, no, that's the problem is NASDAQ just continues to die here, and I'm like, damn, there's nothing I can really do with this. We did kind of front run this 998.50s this morning, which is super unfortunate. I suppose if we had held this, we traded 992s, 6-point front run. I guess if we had tested this, maybe we can make good arguments for shorts here. But at the moment, we probably got to wait for a rally back to 870s. S&Ps aren't quite as weak, though. Obviously, Dow is not weak at all. It would be, not that it can't happen, but it would also be really surprising to see the NASDAQ get absolutely wrecked today with, again, FOMC tomorrow. Like basically the same thing I said in the video last night. I mean, we got a 54.5-minute bar here forming. I don't know, maybe if this bar can be kind of like, kind of small, maybe we can pop on the next bar and trade those 870s, look for a short. We're going to have the Russell coming down here into 4670s. The one thing I will say about today that we do have that we didn't necessarily have yesterday is a weak gold. Gold's actually fairly weak here this morning. And at the same time, which makes zero sense to me, is crude oil is also weak here. So it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't make a ton of sense at the moment. And I'm totally okay with just sitting here twiddling thumbs playing pocket pool until something ends up looking a little bit better. NASDAQ not able to get enough of a rally there, it doesn't look like. to go tag that level. Dow would need to get back over 745s. Russell's maybe about to go test this. If anything, you can make an argument for the Dow is just like, give it 100 points here. Like, put a Dow long on, give it 100 points. If your risk can support that, or obviously use micros, and then the idea would be that it ends up, being able to rally back up to highs of the day, which is 200 plus points. And then it's like, okay, cool, I got a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio on this. Like, yeah, I guess you could risk $50 on a micro, or $500 on a full contract. I really don't even know if that's worth it though. Like, yeah, it puts you in the game, but somehow Netflix is the new darling. Russell sitting right on this 4670 level there now. S&P's got 7420s below to come down here. Russell and NASDAQ so far only two markets to take out overnight lows. I could kind of see Dow trying to maybe hold from right in through here somewhere and get a little bit of a pop back up. That 5-minute actually looks pretty decent now. Russell popping through, making new lows there. It's pretty decent in the Russell. Again, you got to give it basically 100 points here still. Those lows are 616s. Yeah, and it probably is, to be honest. Like, the better trade is probably NASDAQ shorts. Realistically, just how do we get into it is again, we're 16 minutes into the day. We already got a 290 point range. It's like, I don't have entries in this way. Yeah, maybe if we traded 998s and got rejected first thing this morning, you could make that argument. Something like back under the open, stops above the highs type of entry, whatever. But at this point, we're 300 points down. Like, there's nothing I can do here. Wait till it finds a bottom and play a bounce maybe. You think some of this, and I don't know this to be true or not, but like, do you think some of this is potentially the idea that maybe there's a rate hike tomorrow? Like, if we look at something like bonds here, bonds are rallying like a little bit off lows, but not enough that I would think like justifies What justifies that? I don't know. Who's crazy and taking the Dow long? I'd give the Dow long a shot here if we could get back up over 745s and NASDAQ maybe finds a bit of a bottom. Yeah, I don't think we see rates. I don't think we see rates getting back down in the fours again, unfortunately. There's the Dow getting that push up over 745s now. The Russell's trying to maybe find a bottom here at this 4670s. I didn't have anything until down at like 550 something. Like another 200 points from here still. There's that 7420 on the S&Ps that's looking like it's attempting to hold here. I mean, I think we could probably see this rip back to like 7460s. Especially if we get the Dow, which it looks like it is kind of wanting to hold this. Pullbacks to 745s on the Dow. I'm kind of interested, honestly. Ask and you shall receive. That was pretty quick. I don't know if I'm as interested as I thought I was going to be right away like that, but it's like there, but I don't know that this is my favorite. It's the way this is kind of formed. I don't love it. The Russell's literally right back down at lows. I'll get the lower level here for NASDAQ. I'll pull up a trading view chart. So yeah, 521's down there. Russell made new lows. Russell said, no, sir. These ranges are rather large. That's a 22-point bar, 15-minute chart there for the S&Ps. Kind of like Google maybe getting back over the open. That would be kind of decent. You can make an argument here for the Dow, that little low just now at 688. Again, I don't think we're going to find 20, 30-point stops here today in the Dow, for example. Like, I think we're going to be working with, like, 50 to 70 points as, like, kind of what we need realistically. This 5-minute bar is 104 points. So, like, if we're trading a 5-minute chart, for example, you got to be prepared to give that 100 points. If you're trading a 2-minute chart, again, you're probably going to be in that 50 to 70 point range. So keep that in mind here, obviously, that these ranges are a little bit large. NASDAQ. I had this 870 level in place. It was old. Oh, this is what you guys are talking about, the 760s. That might have been it. Little difference in trading view levels and obviously thinkorswim levels here. 27,106 is below here. That's actually a lot of room. Dude, it's kind of crazy. I think you could take the Dow for a long attempt over 745s. Excuse me. Stops would have to be down there at 688s. So it's like 60 points. I just don't know that, one, we haven't got over 745s yet, but I just don't know that that's enough for any kind of little gyrations we might get. NASDAQ looking like it wants to break down one more time here. Meanwhile, Dow is trying its best to potentially hold that 745s. I don't know that one is better than the other, but NASDAQ certainly the path of least resistance seems lower. We're sitting right on that daily 200 now, it looks like, as well. Still got room in the QQQ though. We talked about these lower levels in the Qs just the other day. I was like, yeah, we could break and actually get a pretty decent move to the downside in there. Turns out we certainly can. S&P is holding 74.20s now. I like this little bar in the Dow, 686s here. Do I dabble? Do I dabble? I don't think it's bad. The market looks like it's about to just absolutely explode to the upside here. I don't know what's happening, but there is no volume. Really wide spread there for a quick second. I don't know if anybody else saw that. I don't know what that was. The Dow looked like it spread to like 20 points wide. I think we rip here. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it has me a little bit cautious, but also a little bit confident that we rally. So anybody else see that? It's interesting. NASDAQ kind of getting a bit of a move here while Dow is chilling there. We're coming off the lows pretty decent for the NASDAQ. And that 761 is here. I think we might just see a quick sweep to the upside. Whether we get continuation from that is going to be the question or not. But I kind of think that the S&Ps are wanting to go back to essentially highs on the day. I have the feeling that the Dow wants to go push for those highs, but NASDAQ is maybe taking some of that strength from the Dow at the moment. We've seen that rotation before. We haven't seen it in the past couple of days, though. Well, I take that back. We have seen it. It's just been Dow strength, NASDAQ weakness. Straight forward, G's a run. 789 on those highs there for the Dow. 749s for the NASDAQ. Netflix is gotta have it today, up 4.63%. Meanwhile, Tesla is hanging pretty weak at these lows, I feel like. It's a little bit of a late entry, but I kind of don't mind the S&Ps here. Looks like NASDAQ wants to get up through that 761s. There's a trade idea in there where we get up through these 761s and get a pullback, and then we've got room back up to those 998s, which is whatever that is, basically 240 points, I think. I kind of don't mind that. That little 2-minute shimmy just now back under 695s was probably it. Realistically, that's why I was saying it's a little late of an entry, but the S&Ps weren't bad there, right around 31, 32s. Interesting Russell Dow action though here with this. I would kind of want to see those continue to push with this. A bit of a rough idea to want to potentially long NASDAQ here given everything, but a quick snapback just to 28,000 honestly wouldn't be terrible. Let it get this push up above. And coming back down it is. It's not my favorite look to it. I suppose it could be a sell off 761s, but I don't really like that with that divergence down there. $804 just traded there for the Dow. Yikes, NASDAQ. Why you do that? Just like, why? Look at that now. The NASDAQ comes right back down. That's a 100-point drop. I mean, it's a 100-point 5-minute bar. And the Dow's holding. That 15-minute chart actually wasn't looking terrible for a move over 761s. Again, I guess the argument is if 761s essentially holds here and we fail, then there's a lot of room lower. I just don't like this little indecision point. And I don't like it with, like, maybe the S&Ps want to hold, maybe the Dow wants to hold. The Russell, it kind of like just is where it is. It can kind of do whatever. So I just don't love that. You took the NQ entry there for the shorts. It's not bad. I mean, NASDAQ kind of looks like it's going to make new lows again. Most likely doesn't do it for the next 5 minutes or so here. We'll let a new bar get formed, but at least on a 15-minute. In theory, I could probably short off like 715s. If I'm trying to capture my 75 points to the downside, 640s would do it. $75 points, give me that extra 1,500 on my 50K Origin account with 10-4. But at the same time, we could also rip on 100 points straight back the other way on it. Yeah. $10.11 here. I still think the S&Ps want to go higher. I'm not going to mess with a NASDAQ short here. I'll wait for back over 761s to do something, but I still think S&Ps are going to try and hold this 7420s. At the moment, at least that's what it looks like. That could change in the next 15 to 20 minutes. But I don't necessarily have to do anything here. NASDAQ might just prove me wrong on shorting off 715s and getting 640s for my target there. Russell weak. Tesla's finally about to crack that 300 number here. That thing is getting Absolutely smoked to the downside at the moment. The exact opposite thing is currently happening with Netflix, though. Microsoft faded that strength, and Google is trying to hold on to it. I actually really like that for later in the week if we do go higher. Which at the moment, NASDAQ's down almost 600 points on the day, so that is looking like a very distant reality. Nice. Good work, dude. Dow's making a nice move now. When was the last time we saw Dow have this much strength? I mean, Dow's technically up 450 points on the day, and NASDAQ is down 570 points on the day. Like, what are we supposed to do with that? It looks like Dow wants to run to 53,043. Who'd you set up the personal live with? Ninja. All right. That makes sense. NASDAQ new lows on this bar. I heavily influenced your decision. Have you used them before? Oh, okay. I haven't tried Replicanto. I've heard good and bad things about it. I don't exactly have an opinion one way or the other, though. That is nice. I kind of think NASDAQ pops again. Doesn't necessarily have to, but back up to like 665s or so. See what it does from there. I say pop, we're talking like 30, 40 points, like nothing crazy here. One of the names that we got some real weakness in is AMD at the moment. This thing looks like it could see 300 bucks. Like, it does not look good. It's got earnings August 4th. So sometime next week after market. There's August 7th options available. Damn, they're expensive. Excuse me. There's also some August 5th available. Those are expensive as well. I mean, it makes sense given the current move it's having. Even like the 300 puts are like 71 cents. Like they are expensive. Oh, you like that shirt? I like that shirt too. Check it out. Appreciate you, my guy. I didn't know if it would actually catch it or not. You can have whatever you like. Whatever you like. There's this little pop here in NASDAQ. Just traded 660s there. 667s now. Just a short Tesla below 299.50s. I mean, given market at the moment, I would say no. It is the weakest thing on the board. And I don't think I personally have anything at 299.50s. There's a level here at 301s. Yeah, I don't see anything at 299.50s, at least on the levels indicator on TradingView. There's that little pop though, I think for NASDAQ. That was kind of the thought process up there, 665, 670, something like that. And then now we're back down here. This market's weak. Like weak. Yeah, I just saw that 40-30s down to like 40-10s here. The Russell just keeps going lower, but I don't know. I can't necessarily long this, but like I just have this, the way this price is looking in the S&Ps, it gives me the like 74.55, 74.60 vibes out of it. And I can't shake that. Obviously, the strength in the Dow here as well is like, yeah, we want to go to 53,000 and some change. And it's like, okay, I can't really shake that either. Like, go do it, I guess. I mean, that's not but 200 points away. That could realistically happen in the next 30 minutes. or 3, who knows, like. I might just like start scalping the NASDAQ to try and make my 75 points. Let's see what happens. And I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but like there's, at the moment, I don't know that there's anything worth putting real capital on the line for. So like, yeah, just kind of trade this in that fashion, you know what I mean? Yeah, which I think is a possibility here. We just suck everything out of this market. I think NASDAQ wants to try and get a little bit of pop here still, but 1027 is probably going to still try and battle out those 761s. He said, nice cut, way overdue. What you trying to say? I didn't look good before? What's happening here? Oh, that's funny. I never shared this like one story from this dude that told me I look like a hillbilly. I'm like, bro, if y'all saw half my family, you would think we probably made moonshine, and which I guess technically that wouldn't be too far off from the truth, but I looked like the guy that hung around the Wendy's garbage chute. That's hilarious. How happy was your wife with it? She likes it. She didn't mind it long either, though. It was something different. I'd never done it before, so figure why not. Shave like 15 years off my face. Yeah, no, I certainly look a little younger for sure. Man, y'all roasting me for that one. I still got all my teeth. It can't be that bad, right? Yeah, it's coming up right here. I think we're going to try and retest that 761s, but I think at the same time, I think Nasdaq or S&Ps are going to get pushed. I think we see new highs for S&Ps. That 74.20 is holding pretty well. I did put on a little position there for that prop account. We'll see if we can push up there and get those new highs. That'll kind of get me to targets. We'll pass that account. I'm pretty sure that I can actually activate that like live during the day, which would be kind of cool if we could hit that and then activate it and maybe slam a Nasdaq short or something, depending on what that kind of looks like. If there's a divergence up there or something. I'm just not super interested in. I mean, again, I've said it about a billion times. Like, we've got FOMC, we've got all these earnings coming up. Like, there's really not a great trade to put real capital in, at least for me. And again, I didn't capture any of the short and things like that this morning. So, had that set up, then yeah, you can make a good argument for it. But at the current moment, it's like, there's a 2.5% difference between the NASDAQ and the Dow. Like, the spread between the two is 2.5% at the moment. I almost think the Dow is telling us something. And that's why I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant to want to short this NASDAQ, even though we got that pop back up to like 761s earlier, and like we're still obviously holding the 74.20s for S&Ps. Like, you look at that Dow weekly chart, and it's like she's sexy. Like, I could take you to dinner and I'll pay. You look pretty good, so I don't want to fight that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's the thing in which I'm really watching, and it's like, if the Dow does do that, I mean, there's a legit 1,000+ points from essentially right here that we could easily rally. And again, maybe that happens after FOMC. Maybe that happens after Apple earnings, which means, like, yeah, maybe we got to wait till, another 24+ hours from now, 28 hours from now, or potentially all the way until, Thursday after market when Apple releases. And it's like, I think I can be patient for that duration. So, cycle. Dow's pulling back here to this 745s. NASDAQ a little rally there. I think NASDAQ's going to try and pop up here to 761s. There's a long in the Dow maybe if you want it off that 745s. It's honestly not bad. The target's like 300 points away. $759 tested there. That was S&P's though, taking out that 39.75. That was that little pivot we had over there. My charts are behind. Toss is running slow. Dow's already back up at 804s. Yeah, here we go. Get the pop. Toot that thing up, mommy, make it roll. 74, 52, 75s would be new high a day. Let's see if we can get up there. Another 10 points or so here out of S&Ps. NASDAQ's testing that 61s here. Maybe not. Dow's right back down here at the 745s. Again, and this is the piece where it's like, that's a pretty good looking trade in the Dow. And then you just immediately get rejected like that. NASDAQ is getting rejected off this 761s here, at least initially. Maybe another shot at it here. NASDAQ trying to push now, maybe back up through those 761s. My charts are so slow, so far behind. Again, this is a change symbols like this is, what are we doing here? We've been flying blind for the last like 4 seconds there. Yeah, now we're at 770s. You can't do anything with that. $761 still sitting right here at it at the moment. Let's see if we can get this little push here and go on ahead and knock out those highs for the S&Ps. There's a decent little 2-minute like retest there of 761s for NASDAQ. A pretty decent little bottom out of SpaceX there. 107s back up to 112s, a little short cover. Not yet. I don't know that I love the fact that NASDAQ's getting a bit of a rally and Dow can't muster something up off this 745s. There's that little pullback there to 761s now getting a little bit of movement and love off of it. Like I said, I'm just trying to get these S&Ps to pop up here to get new highs on the day, and then we call it. There is probably a legitimate long here off 761s for a 998 target, which is a pretty decent move. Probably should be a little bit more tentative on that, but yeah, that's a nice move. Let's go, S&Ps. You got this. I think I'm basically there. I think I'm there. Yeah, I think I'm there. Oh, sweet. I'm there. We in there like swimwear. Boom, there's S&P's new highs. Let's go, baby. What firm? Who'd you get them with? Top so soft. So soft and that goes so hard. Bitch, that goes so hard. Oh, the Lucid Pros? Nice. Yeah, they're keeping it off for a minute, they said, just to see how it does. My man. My man. So I can Venmo you. I got you. I got you. Just put it on my tab. All right, let me see what I got to do here. I'm going to claim my, oh, what was that? What was that? Oh, S&P is above 74.55. Congrats, Eric. My 10-4 funded 50K. Boom. It was blurry as shit. I'm kind of, honestly, I should have taken this NASDAQ off 761s. A little upset by that. Little upset by that. Oh, it does call for a giveaway. Let me actually see. Did they set me up any in here? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me text them right now. That calls for a giveaway. I don't think anybody's tried 10-4 out yet, though. Either that or the tracking isn't working, but I'll drop the link in there. Obviously, code MLT. I'm going to go through this funded. Let me see what I got to do here. Confirm and activate. Converting over to my funded account. And let's see. We'll give it a couple minutes. It says I should have it. It's provisioning, so it's setting up, doing its thing, whatever. Sweet. I'll let it do its thing. I kind of don't mind this trading view. Like order execution. Oh, you activated your Lucids too? Yeah, Lucid's pretty quick on it as well. Lucid's actually relatively quick. I mean, you can't cheat on Trade of 8. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I don't necessarily use Trade of 8 either way. But yeah, if you have a platform you like, then again, I can't necessarily blame you for it. That's what I had a hit list. I did it without one. Oh, I got my email. You're funded. Your origin 50K is Gucci. Let's take a look. My accounts. Sweet. I got $2,500 worth of drawdown, bitches. Let's go. It literally shows me my floor. I'm kind of liking the platform, like the back end of this too. I don't know if it's the same. Is it my same login? I don't know, I feel like I should just full send one and just find out real quick. Please log off and on to refresh your states. Oh, okay. Let me try that. I'm not actually trying to full send it. I just want to make sure that it can work now. I think so. Let's see. Let's find out. Yeah, buddy. We just made $19.24. $19.24 on our funded account. I need them to get the copy trading working because that would be, yeah, I just texted him. He said he's going to hook him up. He said give him 5 minutes. So sweet, I'm technically funded. Shall we bang this NASDAQ for a quick, although I guess technically we did get the divergence. Oh, shucks McGee. Do we try a NASDAQ long back off 761s though and try and run it up for a 240 point move on a fresh funded account? Understand nothing was done for me. What am I working out today? Let me see. The wife just texted me. She says, when you have a minute, I need to come take a picture of you. I said, do I need my clothes on? Is it optional? I'm just going to say hard pass. Second question, do you have to have your clothes on? Your clothes on? Question mark. No, the shirt is nice, dude. It's definitely designed, I feel like, for a little bit more of like a slender type individual. You know what I mean? Like it kind of hugs a little bit, but I don't mind it. You know, it's not meant for like a big back type individual, you know what I mean? But no, it works. If it's good actually. You done for the day? Um aggressively high. Bro, by the way, um was it Rainbow Skittles? Rainbow Crush? Yeah. Yeah. So far that's the only one. But it's elite. I like it. You think we should be? I don't disagree. It's 11:01. Let me actually see. I think today is unfortunately a leg day. Yeah, today's abs and legs. I don't really want to do that. We might switch it up and do back and by. I feel like that's a better idea for me today than legs. Back day. Yeah, I think we can switch it up. I got 2 leg days on my routine at the moment, and I'm not. So, like, I got it set up at the moment. Monday, I got chest, shoulders, and triceps, which I did very little. That's my longest. That's my longest day. It's supposed to be an hour and 49-minute workout. It was never. I mean, you can't fit that in there. Um, in an hour and 49 minutes. Like it's a lot. Um, so chest, shoulders, triceps. Tuesdays, abs and legs. Wednesdays, back and by, and then it repeats itself again. Chest, shoulders, tri, abs, legs, back and by. So it's a 6 day. It's a 6 day. A 6 day routine. Well, one rest day, and I'm just not a big fan of one rest day, and I'm not a big fan of hitting legs twice a week, personally. So I don't know. This was a new one that I found. My old one was just a normal 5 day split, and you only hit legs 1 day a week. So I might go back to that. Full body 3 times per week. So I did full body for a while. Like um, I did one exercise of chest, shoulders, back, by, triceps, and legs each day. And I ran it as a 4 day split. So I like one day I'd do dumbbell bench, right, and then a bunch of other stuff, and then the next day I'd come in and do like like the fly machine or something like that, right, for chest. And I liked it, but at the same time I don't feel like it built muscle in the way in which I wanted it to, was the only thing. Like I wasn't getting a crazy pump. Like when I leave the gym on like yesterday for triceps, like I want my triceps to be trying to explode out of my shirt. You know what I mean? And it wasn't giving me that. So, and like I want my shoulders to be like I want my shoulders on fire. So I don't know. I might switch this up. This is week 3 into this, but yeah. Yeah, right? Like like if I go to reach for my toothbrush later and like my arm's trying to extend out and my triceps like no, 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 we can't do that. Like that's where I want to be. But I already got strong legs, so I don't really know if I'm going to continue on the two day legs thing. Lift hard, 90 minutes, 3 times per week. Yeah, no, I certainly think it can work from like just a maintenance standpoint, but like if you're trying to build a certain muscle group, I almost feel like you gotta isolate it and just honestly beat it up. Oh, you build with it too? Yeah, see, I wasn't getting that. It felt good. Like you keep your, at least when I was doing it, I was keeping my heart rate up because like I was moving through exercises pretty quick. I know I'm watching that. That's the only reason I'm still here. As I was like, we'll see if 761s wants to recheck there. But I had my steak yesterday, my milk. I had some brats. My eating yesterday was pretty clean. All meat's not bad. The only thing I have, I guess technically that's not all meat, is like my burritos. We do like a meal prep each weekend for burritos, and it's just a flour tortilla. It's got some potatoes in it, but just it's like a special type of ground pork sausage, eggs, cheese, a little bit of potatoes, and then the tortilla, and I throw a little salsa on it and some sour cream. That's my breakfast in the mornings with a cup of coffee. It's a Ponzi level. Yeah, it was back. I'll find it for you. Hold on. I didn't see it at first either because I didn't. I had the 870s mark, which was an old level, and then I checked on Trading View and I didn't have it either. So it is all the way back in April. It's kind of hidden. It's kind of hidden. You got to look a little. You got to look a little back in there for it. No, it's this year, 2026. Are you using Trading View? Or are you on Toss? Because Trading View didn't have it plotted for me. It didn't. It didn't hit the. You said you right. Yeah, it didn't have it on the level indicator. Um, I don't know what Ninja would look like from a charting perspective on that. I've never actually done it. I suppose I could. It's here, I'll shoot you the date. Yeah, no, everybody's data is slightly different. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what the 5 grade is for, right? Like that's the whole that's the whole purpose of that. This NASDAQ low-key kind of pissed me off. I'm not coming back down to 761s. I guess technically I should try and make 150 bucks in this account today because I do need 5 days of 150. There we go. I shorted NASDAQ there and picked up my 150. Actually, 288. Yeah, I'm not gonna test it anymore today or touch it anymore today, but I just wanted to, I kind of forgot about that 5-day 150 bucks. So yeah, I just wanted to hit that at least. Yeah, I passed in 2 trades. Well, I take that back. Technically, no, because yesterday after I took that trade, I needed like another 100 bucks or whatever it was. And then today I technically scalped twice and then hit that S&P. So it's going to show as more than one trade, but essentially, yes. I was like 3 points off on what I needed for my target yesterday, unfortunately, somehow. I mean, passing the fund is realistically not financial advice. We've talked about it before. My theory is you just full port it and send it. And I mean, given the ranges that we have in the NASDAQ, like a 388 point range on the day, like it's 75 points you're trying to pull out of that, like to hit your 1500. It's nothing crazy. Obviously, you got to time it right, but and then for today it was S&Ps. I was trying to hit like 30 points on S&Ps. So and I scalped it twice, and then hit it for like 22 points. So the Dow just made new highs there, actually. I like this Google, though. I'm keeping an eye on that. The Dow's been playing games, needing a 966 touch for the consistency. I think we might get it. Yeah, I think we might get it. Oh, sweet. I should have some giveaways here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got some 25K origin accounts and we got some 50K origin accounts added to the account for some giveaways here. So, I think we should do them over in Discord though, honestly. Because I'm about to sign off. And we're also like 2 hours into the stream at this point. Do something for the people here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me actually, yeah, let's do one. We'll do a 25K. That's at the top of my list at the moment. And we'll just see what it looks like. Like I said, I don't know the procedures. I don't know any of this stuff yet, so let me oh no, that's the wrong place. See, like I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on. Go Google. It's your birthday. Say go Google. Where is that at? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Where's my thingy? Cloudbot? Giveaways? There it is. They moved it. They put it in a new spot. All right, let me do one. All right. Confirm. What happened to markets here? It's kind of a shady little move on NASDAQ's part there. We front ran that 761s by 7 points down there. That's super unfortunate. All right, let me try this. Let me see. There we go. All right, exclamation raffle, I think still, yeah. Exclamation raffle in the chat here. A 25K origin account. Oh, you took the retest of opening print. Oh, nice. Nice. I like that. Yeah, so 25K origin account. Exclamation raffle in the chat. Let's see what it does. We can take a look at the rules on this thing. So let's see. 25K origin account. The profit target is $1,250. Max loss limit is $1,250. Drawdown type end of day. No daily loss limit. 2 days. 50% consistency. You get 2 minis, which is more than enough considering you got only $1,250 worth of drawdown, so that's plenty. And then, yeah, it's 5 days of 100 in order to take a withdrawal. So yeah, exclamation or raffle in the chat. We got 8 minutes and 20 some seconds to go. Look at this market move. You son of biscuit. I was gonna say, it looks like you hit that 966s there now. Dow making a nice move. This was the move I wanted here for the Nasdaq on the fresh funded account, which would have been really nice to do. Let's smash that from 761s here. Make a quick 4 or 5 grand on the fresh fundeds for the withdrawal. Nonetheless, it is what it is. Crazy work, crazy work. Honestly, I think the craziest thing is Google has the shot at like 371s this week. Like that is a chart at the moment. 350, 52s, yeah. It sounds crazy. It looks crazy. It's going to take a big gap up over 348s to make it happen. Yeah, I could see that after FOMC for sure. What do we got? July 31st. I think the 360s, they're like 18 cents here. That's honestly not terrible. It's a long, I mean, it's a big move out. Obviously, they're not going to stay 18 cents if we get the gap over 348s, but it's kind of not bad. This thing's a move 15, we're going to move 15 points. So those things will probably be, they'll probably be like $1, $1.15. They'll probably move $1 if we get that 15-point move. What a move off 74.20s there for the S&Ps. Nasdaq kind of doing its thing here, trying to push up to that 998s. Yo, Shadow, you still listening? I'm looking at your screenshot. You didn't mark the right one. I guess it technically still wouldn't, the price wouldn't make a difference because it's not, you're talking like 27,200s. It's like 500 points off. No. You're marking it at the lower level you're saying? You're marking it at the wrong spot. You got to mark it at the highs. The top of that day. That's technically where the 761s is coming from on toss. Not from the lows of that move. Yeah, no, it'll still be off. It'll still be like, I don't know, whatever that is, 27 180s or something for you. Ground beef to ribeye. We got ribeye. We got ribeye on deck for sure. That was already in the plans. 987.50s here. Nasdaq with a 10-point front run so far. Of going ahead and tagging that level up there. I'm not sure if you guys can register already for, or just open up a, like register an account with 10-4, but for whoever wins, there's a link to do so. Be the last link on the day. 995s on Nasdaq there. See if we can go ahead and trade up and get that 998.50s. Oh yeah. It's the hardcore carnivore black. You can get it on Amazon. Actually, I think Walmart might have it. I get it at well, I get it on Amazon, but I also get it at well, y'all wouldn't have these out there, but we got Lowe's grocery stores out here. Actually, I don't know if Walmart has it. No, they don't. If you got like a higher end kind of grocery store or something out by you, they'll have it. They should at least. I'll drop it in. There you go. That's what it looks like. They got red. They got black. They got like a Tex-Mex one. They got a couple of different ones. By the way, y'all got a minute 20 seconds left. I think that's the high. A minute 20 seconds left on the giveaway, by the way. But I'm going to say I think that's the high of day for NASDAQ there. So I think the range is most likely set at this point. Lowe's does grow. It's a different Lowe's. It's spelled the exact same way. It's honestly, it's kind of elite. Like you can't. So there's a little when you walk in, there's a little bar area off to the side. So you can, and all the shopping carts have drink holders on them. So you can go get yourself a coffee, like iced coffee, whatever it is. You can go get yourself a beer, like they got beer on tap, whatever. And then you can walk around and drink a beer while you do your grocery shopping or whatever. And it's actually kind of like a destination spot for, I forget whatever it is, every like Tuesday or Thursday or something like that. All these like older ladies come in with like the freaking Kentucky Derby style hats on and shit, and they go over there and drink mimosas and whatever. And so yeah, it's nice. Honestly, it's that's where I get, when I said earlier about the pork sausage for my burritos, they got a full butcher shop in the back. So like they do their own bacon, they do their own brats. So like the brats that I had yesterday, those were their flavor, whatever. They got all the links, everything in the back. And then yeah, so you can get all that stuff there. They'll typically have some type of Wagyu. They have they have a spot where they age some steaks as well. And yeah, and then off on the other side by the like the bar is, you can get subs, you can get salads. They have a sushi bar over there, like next to the deli. They got like a fried chicken, type station. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, similar to a Whole Foods. Yeah, probably. I mean, like that we had when we were in Northern Virginia, like Wegmans and stuff is a nice grocery store. Like you go in there, there's restaurants, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a different kind of vibe. Like they have one whole aisle that's nothing but local stuff. So it's only South Carolina. South Carolina farmers, I forget what it says, like grown and produced and grown or whatever it says in there. So you can get honey from like different parts of the state if you want it. There's like little kind of mom and pop shops that will make different types of sauces. So like pasta sauces, spaghetti sauces, whatever. All that'll be on that in that aisle and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right, let's take a look here. I got this giveaway. We got 8 people entered to win. Drum roll, please. Let's see what we got here. Pick a winner. Let's go. Shadow Man 420 has won himself a free 25K Origin account. Watch him. He dipped out for a minute. Let me set my timer real quick. Hey Siri, set a timer for 2 minutes. I should have set it for a minute. Look at that. There he is. There he is. Complete the giveaway. There we go. Congrats, dude. I'll send you over that code. And yeah, congrats. So fucking wise. You got this guy busting your chops now. That's hilarious. It's an exclamation raffle. I didn't do another one yet. All right. Let me switch over to the NASDAQ here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. So yeah, we put up like 30 points on S&Ps there. Passed the funded, got funded. We claimed it. We did the whole thing today. It was kind of dope. Seamless in terms of getting that to work. And then we booked $288.48 on the fresh funded account there today as well. I would have really loved to have captured this 761s and caught that move all the way back up. That would have been pretty sick to capture. But yeah. What size did I use for what, for the eval stage, or what size do I plan on using now? I don't know if we want much higher yet. Once funded, I'll probably do a little mixture of, like on the S&Ps, I'll probably still use the minis at the moment. Something like the NASDAQ, I'll probably use the micros. I just scalped it with a full contract though for my $288. But yeah, it was pretty easy. All I did was I claimed my funded, and then I just logged out of TradingView, like closed the browser, and then went back into it. And it had refreshed my account and was good to go. So it might 7508's up there. I don't know. Kind of feel like we pressed our luck a little bit on this today already, and we're getting front runs. So I don't know. I'm gonna let it be. I think that there's still, in reality, we probably should have played real money today and kind of been a little bit more focused on that Dow. Like I said, I think Dow was telling us something this morning. I wasn't super confident enough in wanting to risk any real capital for it, but I guess technically we made $288 today, even though I can't like withdraw it or do anything with it yet. But so essentially zero still, but nonetheless, yeah. I just don't want to press it here. I think there's going to be more than enough here. I mean, NASDAQ pretty much just gave a 250 point trade. We just front ran that 761s. And there was a couple divergences down there. S&P's held those 74.20s. So yeah, like I'm not pressing this at the moment after the move. We've got a 400-point range on the day for NASDAQ. Like, I'll let that be. Yeah, we're down 194 points on the day. So we technically could rally like another 200-ish. But yeah, I'm going to let it be. I had a short bias under 998.50s for sure, which is what I talked about in last night's video. But yeah, as soon as we front ran that, and then the S&P started holding that 74.20s, it was like, yeah, we can't. There's nothing we can do with this in terms of further downside, at least for me, and the way the Dow was acting. So there was opportunities in the Dow to pick up and capture a couple 100 points there as well. 745s. Like I said, if you were just trying to play the Dow and you gave it like 100 points this morning, right? Like technically it did its thing, like that would have held in there and it would be up 250 points of this. Like, so it'd be a 2.5 to 1 risk reward ratio. Like I said, you might just have to use micros and kind of size it for whatever your risk tolerance was. But that was after we made that low down there at 616s, for the Dow. So, but yeah, NASDAQ new highs here. S&P's not getting it, so I would be cautious. Yeah, the NASDAQ divergence for the dub, for sure. It was pretty telling down there, I feel like, especially with that S&P move. So, but yeah, I'm happy with it. We had a little fun today. We got to do a little eval trading, checking out 10-4 there. And hopefully, I think the thing with them is, since they're not using Trade-O-Vate, this is the thing I learned, is that, and they're almost ready, essentially, from my understanding, to release the single stock future side of things on the platform as well. They just need the volume, obviously, to come in. But because they're not using Trade-O-Vate, Ninja, all that stuff, is that they're eliminating a ton of capital expense from a monthly basis that everybody else essentially has to they have to have, the whole thing with Alpha Trader and them having like a $2 million bill or whatever it was with Trade-O-Vate. I can't imagine what Lucid pays, what Apex pays, what Trade-O-Fi pays. Like, I'm sure those numbers are fairly insane. So yeah, I mean, and at this point, everything seemed to work pretty flawlessly on TradingView, knock on wood. So we might see more prop firms kind of taking that same route. And I know day traders just kind of working on one as well, as opposed to integrating with TradingView specifically. But yeah, so anyways, that's what I got. I am going to go hit the gym, get myself a workout in, and we apparently got some storms on the way today, so we'll see what that looks like. But we got a heat advisory in effect, and then we have severe thunderstorm warnings. Feels like 99 degrees. Yeah, we're supposed to get up to 108 on the heat index again today, so that shit's ridiculous. But anyways, that's what I got. I will see you guys tomorrow. Congrats again to Shadow. All it took was switching it up over there to 10-4 for a giveaway, so that might be his new favorite prop firm. We shall see. But again, congrats to him. I'll run another giveaway here in the Discord chat as well, since they hooked me up with some accounts. They're going to be the main partner and sponsor for this week. So yeah, that's what I got. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you got any questions, reach out, hit me up. Otherwise, Don't do anything dumb here, and I'll see you guys then. Appreciate it. Peace.